Well, tackling insurgency is what we're focusing on next today on the program. And we're joined now by Mr. Mike Ejiofor, former director with the State Security Service. Thank you for coming on today.
Pleasure.
Well, the president did say he was going to give attention, pay a lot of attention to security, which he kept on saying during his campaign, and he's putting his money where his mouth is, perhaps from the look of things now, because on assumption of office, I mean, that first day, he spoke about how the command needs to relocate to Borno. They've done that. He's in AU now, that summit, and he's also telling them about how he needs their buy-in, he needs the region's buy-in, and he also did say he thought on assumption of office, the best way to approach this is build on that framework, the Lake Chad Basin Commission framework, which he's doing right now. But give us your impression of what you've seen so far.
Well, so far it's been very nice. I think the president must be commended for taking the initiatives. You remember that during the campaigns, he took security as one of the key points in his campaign programs. And I'm not surprised that he's taking these measures to ensure that security is in place. But I have some little worries. You know, the first day I expected, I didn't expect that the president should have, on the first day, the inaugural speech, talked about the movement of the command headquarters. I think he should have sat down with his service chiefs, get a brief, know their challenges, but be that as he may, I think the order is being complied with now, so there's no problem about that. He has also visited Chad and Niger. He has gone to AU, been to G7. These are moves because you know that ordinarily terrorism is not a war or a crime peculiar to Nigeria. So we need collaboration of other countries. I think that's why Mr. President is touring various countries. But at the home front, I'm worried. Because if news headlines I'm personally reading, although government has not reacted, it's discomforting that you see we're talking of the morale of the security forces. Well, since before the election that they came up, the military came up, the morale have been boosted, and you talk of their welfare. But what is going on now in the media in particular, and I feel that government should react to such issues.
What exactly is that?
The issue of headlines like panic in the military, the president not happy with the DSS, all these things are, it goes to the root of the problem. You see, the military, our security forces, have always been accused of being involved in politics. And I sit down to ask, one, these are political office holders. Let us not pretend about it. Once you get to the position of a service chief, you are a political appointee. Bearing in mind also that you have your profession to defend. That's the culture in Nigeria. In Africa, it's not peculiar to Nigeria. I give you...
The service chiefs are political appointments?
Of course they are.
So does that suggest that they don't go about their duties professionally?
There's a thin line between politics and security at that level. So the point I'm making is, I give you a little, let's go down the memory lane. Each government that comes in, there's a problem with the leadership of the security agency. Each government, each successive government, there's a problem with the security agency's leadership. And
why do you say it's a problem? Is it because that
there's a problem, they want leadership to be changed, and
you think that's a problem?
Well, it's a problem because it doesn't give for continuity. Take the police, for instance. They've lost a lot of very efficient officers because people want change in terms of leadership. I'll give you a typical example. During the first tenure of President Muhammadu Buhari, in 1985 when he came in. The State Security Service, the then NSO, was accused of all kinds of, you recall the issue of when they say Rafindadi's Gestapo, you know, so each successive government comes with its own problems, and they came, in fact, it was during that first tenure that the SSS was accused of repressive measures and high-handedness. But I tell you that Nigerians, permit me to say, we don't need that kind of freedom in Nigeria. We need a little of, you know, a little to the left, a little to the right.
We don't need freedom?
We don't need absolute freedom. There's no freedom that's absolute in the first place.
Okay.
Now, if you look at the regime of Obasanjo, he did a lot of things without minding whose ox was God. But we are evolving, our democratic structures are evolving to the point that you don't just wake up and do what you want to do.
So what do you suggest?
See, what government should react to some of these issues because it dampens the morale of the staff, the fighting troops. When you notice that you are afraid to take certain decisions because of repercussions, future repercussions, it becomes a problem. So the leadership of you should be able to draw a line between the responsibility of the leadership of the various agencies and the followers, because we are not going to get people from the moon. You're also going to get people from within the services. And as Nigerians, normal human beings, people have sympathy for APC within the services.
How do
and
you
also
correct?
have sympathy for PDP.